Hello Leo, thank you for joining me. It's Sandra here from Wolf Moon Tarot. I hope you're all doing well wherever you are. Leo, I've pre-shuffled your cards here on the table, and this reading is going to look at your energies between the 8th to the 14th of March 2021 or thereabouts. The universal timing is fluid, so but it's, you know, it may resonate a little bit beyond those dates. But anyway, I'll just pop the tarot cards to one side and do a final shuffle of the oracle cards, taking one from each deck to start your reading off. Okay, well, we've had a card that's just jumped out, so I'm going to go with this one. And this is saying about your hard work is paying off now, Leo. It's a new moon in Capricorn. So there's something, whatever it is you've been working hard with, it's going to be paying off, or it's starting to pay off for you, Leo. That's lovely beginning to your reading, and a little bit of an acknowledgement there from your guides, from the universe, to keep going. I think your hard work is now paying off. So I'll just do a final shuffle now of the Tarot of Dreams. There's too many there. So your second oracle card is the number 26, and this speaks of past and future, a fresh start in some area. You see the books here, they're open, but the pages are blank, so it's time to start to write a new story. It's a new beginning. So considering the past, considering what's happened in the past, and then starting to look to the future. But the story is ready now to begin. Your new story is ready to begin, Leo. It's lovely. So your hard work is paying off. Okay, so we'll just do a final shuffle of the Tarot of Dreams. Right, the cards are jumping about all over the place. I'll just pop them back in, and if they need to come out, they will come out. Gosh, there's lots of stories here for you, Leo. That was a good clean break, so that's promising. So we have the heart of your reading, situation and your energy, what's on your mind, the root influences, past influences, the future going forward, and then just something else that the universal energies would like to say to you, which may be connected or may not. Well, that's interesting. We've got the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck, and I say that's interesting because as I was doing the pre-shuffle, this card jumped out, which made me sort of start to think about it. But here it is again. So the Judgment, this is about it's time to stand up to be counted, really. It's Judgment Day, Judgment time. Coming in from the shadows, standing up, letting yourself be seen, and reviewing the past, reviewing what went well in the past, decisions made, what were good decisions, what decisions were not quite so good for you. And it's that sort of an energy because it's a time of rebirth coming up, a time of rebirth around you, Leo. But yes, it's learning from the past and how to apply that going forward. And it's interesting because one of the first cards out was this number 26, wasn't it? Which was about past and future and having a fresh start. So the cards are looking quite in synchrony with each other. So let's see where we're going. So I'll just do a final shuffle of the Light Seers Tarot. Just lay these on top, a little bit of depth and clarity. Okay, so at the bottom of this deck we have the Four of Swords. And in this particular depiction, for me as a reader, this is about having a rest, a break from matters of the heart. And it's perhaps because it's linked to demands that have been on your heart, of perhaps difficulties to do with relationships, perhaps, or anything that was meaningful for your heart chakra. And it's about having a break, having a rest from that. However it is you're going to go forward, you need to regroup and recharge your energies, your emotions, your energies, your mental energies also. Okay. All right, so what's at the centre of your reading? Well, we have the Moon and we have the Ace of Cups. Now, the Moon energy, which is very much a Cancer, Piscean energy, for myself, and reading this for yourself, Leo, this is about something that's not clear yet, something that's in the shadows still, a little bit hidden. Sometimes it's about when shadows, the moon casts shadows and can create illusions. So sometimes this can be about illusions or delusions, but not, it doesn't have to be. So that's this has come out right at the centre of your reading. So it's quite significant for you. It's a major arcana also. So when the major arcanas come out, Leo, it means it's a significant energy to consider. Now, alongside of that, we have the Ace of Cups. And this is about a new beginning for your heart, what's meaningful for your heart, a new opportunity and a new emotional experience. But you've still got to look after your heart, because especially anything new is vulnerable. So, it has to be nurtured and cared and looked after. So there is a new emotional experience, a new opportunity to do with perhaps, for example, love and relationships. But you've got to look after your heart, or you're still going to feel that you need to look after your heart going forward. Now, and that's in connection with something that is either unclear at the moment, or we just be mindful of illusions and delusions that could be around, and that's why you've got to protect your heart, because of something presenting itself that may not be clear at the moment. All right, Leo, because the Four of Swords was very much saying you need to have a rest from matters of the heart. And underneath that, we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is about being independent and autonomous and self-sufficient. Okay, I'll just pop that back. So what's on your mind at the moment, Leo? Well, we have the Seven of Cups and we have the Ten of Wands. And the Seven of Cups is when we have options and choices. We have to make a decision. Now, the problem when we have lots of options is that with each one of these cups, there's a different content. I mean, we've got a snake in this content. So we've got keys in this content, and we've got angel wings here. So, it's being careful what you choose, really, and that's why it's on your mind. You're thinking about choices and options, but wanting to make the right decision. And then the Ten of Wands is when we've been carrying a burden, a lot of responsibility that's been weighing us down. But this is about shedding that responsibility, but not just shedding it, sharing it. So this young woman has come down the hill with the oxen, who is carrying some of her luggage, and she's carrying some also. So this is about a shared responsibility, taking on, your fair share, if you like. Not just you, but others taking on their fair share also. And this is what you're thinking about. And for some of you, you're probably thinking about this when you're considering and making a choice, making the decision. Who would it be, or what could it be that would be willing to share responsibility and share the load with yourself, and that's what you're thinking about, Leo. Just to mention, it is a general reading, Leo, so it won't resonate with everybody, but hopefully for those it is meaningful for, you will start to recognise as the reading progresses, you will start to recognise it if it is for yourself, Leo. So at the root of this situation we have the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Empress is very much about she does represent fertility, nurturing, new beginnings. She very much brings forward the feminine principle, although it's not gender specific, but the feminine principle of fertility, of new birth, new beginnings. And in most tarot, she's actually pregnant. She's always pregnant because that's the energy she represents of fertility and new birth, creativity. In this particular depiction, she's actually given birth, and there's something new here that she's looking after and nurturing. And I know we've already talked about that, haven't we? With the Judgment card, about, you know, when something new, it needs to be looked after, it needs to be nurtured and taken care of. So we have the Empress here. This is at the root of this situation, and of course the Seven of Pentacles, which is about it's about timing, and it's about slow growth. So if you can see here, the roots here are well formed. There's lots of bounty and goodness in the root system here that have been really nurtured and fed and looked after. All right, but above the ground it's growing very slowly. So it's about being patient, taking your time. Still look after the plant because it is healthy. It's just needing extra time to grow, and the roots are healthy also, and that's where the value is, in the roots that have been set down, which are enabling this lovely little tree to grow with care. All right, so this is at the root of this. So whatever this new beginning, new opportunity, new creation was, then it's fine, and it's growing slowly, but it still needs looking after. And you see, that's at the root of you know, this new opportunity, new emotional experience, but you still need to look after your heart, which does link in nicely with the Seven of Pentacles energy. But there's something not quite clear at the moment, something in the shadows at the moment. Right, in the past we've got two death cards here, death and rebirth. I don't think as a reader I've ever had two death cards come out at the same time. But of course this is in the past. This is the past influences. So there's been something in the past that came to an end. It was finished. But it transformed. It led on to a rebirth. So, because we've got the two cards, I'm going to read them independently of each other. So, with this particular death card, we've got the snake here, and the snake has to shed its skin to be able to grow and go on. So, I feel for you, Leo. This is what I'm feeling. That for some of you, you outgrew something. There was something you outgrew. I think it was something to do with the heart, matters of the heart. But you outgrew something, and you needed to shed. You needed to let go. Now, it could have been letting go of an emotional connection or a mental connection to somebody or something. Or it could have been physical as well. It could have been a combination of all those three. But something you recognised was over, was finished, and you had to shed it so that you could grow independently. You could grow yourself rather than being restricted. And then coming on to this death and rebirth card, as you can see here, you know, this is it's got a beautiful colours within this, and you've got the sun shining through there. So again, something finished, but it had to finish to make way for the sun to be able to get through. And that was in the form of the rebirth, transformation, both transformational energies. And this happened in the past for some of you, Leo. And of course, we've had the Judgment card, haven't we, which is about considering the past, considering what's gone, what has been learnt from that that's valuable for you now, because this rebirth that was indicated here is here. It's here now. But it's just considering, you know, what's gone now. Okay. Now, going forward, fabulous, lovely energies. We have the 10 of coins and we have the 4 of wands. The 10 of coins, this is about just going a little bit further now to go under this lovely archway to reap the rewards here. There's abundance, complete abundance there. 10s are often about completion. But this is abundance within a family situation. But you've just got to go a little bit further to be able to access this abundance for yourself and for the family. Yes, and the 4 of wands here, this is celebration. This is celebration with in the home situation. Lots of happiness, security, abundance within this. It's very much a home situation. Sometimes in this particular depiction, we've got the tent. So sometimes this can be about as happy and secure as the home situation is and the family within the home. Sometimes this can mean that you will be uprooting, moving at some point in the future. But nevertheless, you know, as it stands, it's absolutely fine, and lots to celebrate, lots to be happy about, and to celebrate and share your joy with others going forward. So abundance going forward. Your security is established, and happiness within the home is established. But for some of you, this may be indicating that at some point in the future, you may be uprooting and moving on. But that's just for some of you, not for everybody. The future, Leo, as you know, is yet to be decided, isn't it? People can change their mind about things. We're all interconnected, aren't we? So it all depends on what happens outside of ourselves also. So, you know, the future isn't fixed. It all depends how things progress. So what advice would your guides and the universe like to pass on to you now? Okay, so we've got the Knight of Wands and we've got the Empress again. So you can see the different depiction here of the Empress. So here the Empress's tummy is very swollen with a picture of the earth, which means, you know, the pregnancy, but nurturing, everything to do with creation and things to do with nature also. As opposed to here with this one, where she'd actually given birth to something. A new creation there. All right, and that was at the root of the situation. So here we have some advice from your guides and from the universe. So the Knight of Wands. Now, this can often indicate moving home. That's one of the main energies of the Knight of Wands is moving home. So for some of you, that may be the case, as sort of indicated here with the 4 of Wands and the depiction of the tent. But the other meanings of the Knight of Wands, and particularly here, this is somebody that's holding their passion back. you see this knight astride the fire-breathing dragon, and he's trying to keep it under control. And so another message from this particular card is somebody, it may be you, Leo, because you are a one's energy, or it may be somebody connected to you, but somebody trying to hold on to their passion about something. Right. And then on a different layer again, the knights in the minor arcana bring action. They often bring change forward. And so this Knight of Wands is bringing forward a passionate change. Passionate movement and change. And he's bringing that forward for some of you. And then the connecting card here is the Empress again, as we've talked about. A beautiful energy, very much connected to the moon. Very nurturing, caring, feminine principle, feminine quality. So if I look at these two together, it could be that somebody is holding on to their passion for yourself. You know, if the Empress is representing yourself, and it could well be the energy of yourself, then I feel that there's somebody holding on to their passion for you at the moment. Or it could be that, you know, you are feeling very passionate about something, Leo, or somebody, and you're trying to keep that under some form of control. So it'll be a little bit different for all of you, because you're all in slightly different circumstances. Could we have 2 more messages for Leo, please? What else would you like to say to Leo at this time, please? What else would you like to say to Leo at this time, please? Alright, Leo, well, we have Desert Passage, which says trust that there's a divine plan, and then begin now, take your first step. So the Desert Passage, this is when things are a little bit of a challenge as you negotiate your way forward. There's going to be some challenge. It's not going to be easy, but what the energies are saying, trust that there is a divine plan. There is a reason for everything that you're experiencing at this time. No matter how difficult or challenging it is, you're going to find your way. You're going to find your way. And there is an overall divine plan for this time for you, Leo. And then begin now. So here we have take your first step. So we have a person waving somebody else goodbye. And that somebody else is on their way on a new journey now. So, you know, for me as a reader, this could be about you taking your first step on your journey and others wishing you well. Or it could be that you are wishing somebody well as they leave now. So this could be indicating a parting of the ways, but for it to be as amicable as possible. So, you know, your hard work is paying off. This is the new moon in Capricorn, which is about new beginnings. But, you know, it's all down to the hard work that you've put into something, Leo. And, you know, considering the past, but writing your story now, starting afresh, starting anew. Putting plans into place now for going forward. Yes, and, you know, the judgment. It's time. It's time now to come out of the shadows, review the past, and it's time for a rebirth. Looking after your heart. So, you know, you're taking your first step now to something new, a new journey. And there will be some challenges along the way, but remember there is a divine plan to all of this. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Leo. I hope you've enjoyed the reading and it's had meaning for you, whoever this was for. But good luck going forward, and I hope you can join me again in the future. Bye bye for now.